Hey friend, welcome back to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast. So let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you started every day with gratitude? It sounds really simple, doesn't it? But can this tiny shift in your mindset actually lead to big changes in your health, physically, mentally, and emotionally? Well, today we're going to be diving into just that. We're going to be talking about how a grateful heart could actually be your secret weapon to a healthier, happier life. Stick around though, because we're not just going to be talking about why gratitude matters. I'm also going to give you some super easy tips for turning gratitude into a daily habit that it will actually make a difference in your well-being. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Hey friend, welcome to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast. If you're a busy mom looking for easy ways to live healthier, feel better, and take care of your family, you're in the right place. We are here to make healthy living easy so you can feel your best while caring for those you love the most. Let's dive in. All right, let's start with the basics. We all know that gratitude feels good, but did you know that it's actually really good for you as well? It's not just a nice to have emotional boost. Studies actually show that practicing gratitude regularly can improve your mental health, it can reduce stress, and it can even benefit your physical health. When we practice gratitude, we're actually activating the part of our brain that processes positive emotions. This can lead to lower cortisol levels, which is our stress hormone, and in turn, it can reduce anxiety and boost our overall mood. But that's not all. It can also create a release of oxytocin, which is sometimes called the love hormone and is linked to things like bonding with others, lowering stress, improving your mood, and promoting trust and generosity. Now let's talk about how gratitude actually affects your health decisions. Imagine you wake up in the morning and immediately you think about the things that you're grateful for. Maybe it's your cozy bed, it could be the morning sunshine, maybe it's the fact that you have all of your family around you and everyone's healthy. It could be a fun event that you have coming up that day, or just anything really that you're just extremely grateful for. This small practice can set a positive tone for the rest of the day that can actually just overflow into helping you to make better, healthier choices for yourself throughout the day. For example, when you're feeling really thankful for your body, you are more likely to take care of it. Whether that means you're going to make sure that you're eating nutritious food, or you're moving your body, getting outside for a walk, or just simply listening to what your body needs. And here's the really cool part. People who regularly practice gratitude are often more mindful about their health habits, so they're less likely to indulge in unhealthy eating or unhealthy coping mechanisms like overeating, skipping workouts, just generally not caring for their body. In other words, whenever you're focused on gratitude, you are going to be more likely to make choices that support your overall well-being. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds really nice, but how am I actually going to make this a part of my daily routine? And I get that because it can be such a struggle to make it into a habit. It's something that I do also struggle with as well, and really try to put some specific things into practice to try to remind myself to make it an everyday thing. But don't worry. I am going to give you a few different ways that I have found to be helpful, or that could be some ideas for you to try as well to make this a habit in your everyday life. The first one is, and I'm sure you've all heard of this, would be to start a gratitude journal. And you could do this either in the morning or in the evening when you first wake up. Maybe if you're going to do like Bible reading time or a devotion, you could have this as part of that. Or another great idea is when you go to bed. You can write down 3 things that you're grateful for. This doesn't have to be some massive, huge thing. It doesn't have to be paragraphs. It really could just be a couple of words, like I'm thankful for my warm bed. I'm thankful my kids are safe. I'm thankful I have a loving spouse. It could be just basic things. Could be a warm cup of coffee or a conversation that you have with a friend. Start small and make it where you're not feeling like it has to be this massive task. That's going to make it easier for you to feel like you can stay consistent with doing this. Having a specific notebook for this is also a really good idea. You could keep it by your bed or keep it with your Bible study stuff, whichever way you want to do that. And then also what I really like about this idea is that it is something that you can look back on during times whenever you're really struggling to feel grateful. You can have that as a reminder. Another thing you can do is to set gratitude reminders. I really like this idea because I tend to like setting reminders on my phone. It's something that works well for me. So for me, this is a pretty effective tool. And this is just set a daily reminder on your phone to pause at that time when the alarm or the reminder goes off, to pause and think about something that you're thankful for. And if you're like me, you might just need that gentle nudge of a reminder in the middle of the day to reframe your mindset and think about the good, especially on those days when it just feels like everything is going wrong. So having that already set to remind you can honestly take a bad day and turn it around. All right, number 3, I would say, is to share your gratitude. This can be just to tell someone that you appreciate them, whether it's sending a text, calling them, giving someone a smile or a compliment. It could also be that you send them a card, drop off a gift for them, anything like that. However you feel you want to express that to them. But expressing gratitude to others really does create that ripple effect of positivity, and it makes us just feel happier and healthier. Plus, it also is going to strengthen your relationships. My husband and I actually do this. We do, and I've talked about this in previous episodes, we will do a check-in with each other. And part of that check-in is that we list 3 things we are grateful for that day. And I do think that creating this habit with another person can be really powerful in creating that consistency that often we tend to lack when it comes to the practice of being grateful every single day. And then number 4 would be gratitude before meals. This one is pretty easy, although again, it's just a habit that you have to get into. But before a meal, you can take a moment to reflect on the food in front of you. You can think about how you're grateful for the nourishment that you have, acknowledge how good it feels to be able to provide for your family. You could do this silently to yourself, or you could pray with your family and thank God for the blessings that He's given you and make gratitude part of that prayer as well. This is also a great way to set an example to your kids of how they can also practice gratitude. One thing that I've done previously and try to do off and on with my kids is whenever we sit down, I will ask them what they're excited about for that day. And then later, at another meal, I'll ask them what their favorite thing was about that day. And then I will also share that as well. And I really like that because it's pretty basic for my kids to answer. But again, it's just helping them to, one, think forward about the day and something that they're really excited about, and then reflect later on what it is that they really enjoyed about the day. Gratitude really isn't just some kind of buzzword. It is a powerful tool for improving our health. Whether it's by reducing stress, improving our mood, building stronger connections with others, or motivating healthier choices, gratitude can make a huge difference. And remember, it does not have to be complicated. Start small, do something where you can stay consistent with it, and then watch how your mindset and your life begins to change when you are consistently practicing gratitude. I hope this episode has inspired you to start your own gratitude practice today. If so, I would love to hear from you. Come join us over in our free Facebook community, which will be linked down below, or reach out to me on social media. All of that will also be linked down below. And just share with me how you're planning to practice gratitude, or if you have another tip for how you implement this into your everyday life, please share it with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you back next time.
Hey Mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to share this with a friend who is wanting to live more holistically without the overwhelm? Also, don't forget to head over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. It blesses and encourages me to know that this show is helping you. All right, friends, it's time for me to go work in the garden and make some homemade bone broth. I will see you back next week.